A young, handsome man being told to speak almost last in a place called Chicago, where he held his head high. Read the Chicago address in bits and pieces. This is the first profound statement made on behalf of a dark subcontinent called India. It is only after that that the West would focus its searchlights on us. And today, if our philosophy, if our yoga, if our meditation, if our spirituality, if our contribution, if our secularism, our secular way of life, where we respect all religions, is held high, the man who scored the first century is Vivekananda. He defined spirituality in terms of cleaning your own heart, not by water and mantra, but by service to the people. He was the symbol of youth. The symbol of youth. If India's youth is to be symbolized, it still is symbolized through one man, because he died young. He died when he was still a handsome young man at 39. Between 35 and 39, he went through a lot of physical and health problems. Yet he went on writing. If you ever see his picture, if you ever see his photo, you'll understand what I mean. Teji, Shakti, and Jawan. He was a perfect young man of India. This, and to the young, he said, Puja mantra band karo, football khelo. You can reach God through football. Because if your heart is pure and your body is clean, you can reach, and your goal is straight. So forget all these rituals and priests and others. You can reach your goal. He is one man who said 50% of humanity consists of women. And that is the period, remember, that India had just come out of the stage, or was still coming out of the stage, of condemning women as satis, as second-rate humans, and all sorts of other despicable practices that I would not like to take today. Today, if the women of India are up, all three have contributed. First, Tagore, but that is और एक दिन कहानी बताऊंगा. The second, Vivekananda, and the third, Mahatma Gandhi. And these three men, had God not sent them at that juncture, we would all be separate nations, perhaps even subordinate till today. We would all be small little nations rather than the fused entity called the great Maha-India. As one of the world's largest superpowers of the near future. What happened to the Chicago from where this address was given? What happened to Chicago? Here comes the person who did the most for this 150-year celebration. And I have no hesitation in naming him. He was the then Finance Minister of India and now the President of India, Mr. Pranab Mukherjee. I have absolutely, even the bell agrees. Now, the gentleman was then Finance Minister, and he was passionately fond of Vivekananda, not as a Bengali or as a Indian or as a proponent of Indian religion, but one who created values in India, one who cemented India, the visionary of modern India, the uniter of modern India. You are the inheritors of that product. He came across, and he is the one who actuated, who gave life to whatever was discussed between Ramakrishna Mission, between different organizations for the 150-year celebration. So in 2010, we started the celebrations. One day he asked, what happened to that Chicago thing? Then he told me the story. Thrice before, he had tried to do something in that spot. Do you know where the spot is? The Americans and the Westerns are very fond of keeping a track of history. This is located not in Chicago University. It is located in the Art Institute of Chicago, in the main center downtown Chicago, they pointed out to a green little plaque this size. From this spot, the Indian monk Swami Vivekananda delivered his lectures. Then Pranab Babu told me, कि जगह छोड़ दो. As External Affairs Minister number 1, I had tried it. I was told it will hurt American sensitivities. I left it. Second time we tried it, the Chicago Art Institute did not agree. The Chicago municipality did not agree. आप छोड़ दो. And then they came to a cultural agreement with us. And part of the cultural agreement is that place be made into a remarkable, into a notable place, which has come up in a huge plaque showing Vivekananda giving his Chicago address in that age with his Vani. And I did not go. God did not have that in my fate. But Pranab Babu went, and even now he mentions this everywhere. I thank you all for listening to me patiently, and God bless you.